Came off, had a 9.7 on the horse. Jenny Thompson, a 9.425. Gregory Mishutin, a 9.625 on the rings. Here is Scott Keswick.
And he's had trouble here on this event of the Goodwill Games. Oh, he almost got hung up there.
You know, the good thing about Scott Keswick is he always goes for a really difficult routine. He never holds back. These days, under the new rules, the gymnasts have to go for all the difficulty or they can't get a decent score. And that doesn't intimidate this young man at all. Oh, no, that was a silly mistake at the end. Concentration error? Probably. Let's see what happened here, Kathy.
Looked like his hands might have slipped right on that position. Didn't quite get it up on top of the horse. It was on the side, and it's next to impossible to keep your grip there.
The second vault score for Sunny Meduna, 9.575. Her average of 9.337. Yelena Piskun now on one of her best events, the bars.
She has an amazing amount of difficulty in all of her routines, not just here on the uneven bars. She's very well trained in every competition. She's consistent. Strong dismount. Pike open layout. That's a great routine.
And on the rings now, Vitaly Rudnitsky will be the final performer in this first half of the mixed team competition. Rudnitsky on the mixed team from Belarus and Ukraine. They have two mixed teams in this event. That's a nice combination. Excellent swing to strength work. The judges are looking for the gymnast to hold the strength moves a minimum of 2 seconds. If they do not, they will not earn full credit for the move or have a chance at any of the bonus points. This is a cool dismount.
Great dismount. Double pike. Going frontwards. Very unusual. Now watch this. Front double pike with a half twist. Great originality.
And the score for Yelena Piskun over on the bars was a 9.825 as we wait on the score for Rudnitsky on the rings. The score for Vitaly Rudnitsky, a 9.525. The score on the horse for Scott Keswick was a 9.1. We will be back with the team standings to this point. Welcome back for some final thoughts from the mixed team competition here in St. Petersburg. The team from Belarus and Ukraine #1, led by Yelena Piskun, gave us a thrill on the vault.
The highest score of the night, a 9.9, with an amazing double twist and phenomenal landing.
Her teammate then, Gregory Mishutin, was superb on the floor.
Showed off his elegance and amazing technique on very difficult skills.
Then the team from Russia #1, which includes this young lady, Svetlana Horkina, performed well on the uneven bars.
Scored a 9.875, showing amazing ease and a nice variety of difficulty.
Her teammate, the all-around champion here, Alexei Nemov, slashed his way through a terrific pommel horse routine.
Great amplitude, showing exactly why he's the all-around champion of the Goodwill Games.
Then for the United States, Shannon Miller had a good vault.
She performed an excellent vault, but still her Team USA 1 is only 5th, just behind USA 2.
So let's take a look at the standings. There you have it, Belarus and Ukraine #1 in first, Russia #1, 0.2 of a point behind, and as you see, United States in 4th and in 5th. Now the competition concludes tomorrow with competition for the women and the balance beam and the floor exercise, and will compete in the vault, parallel bars, and horizontal bar. For Kathy Johnson, I'm Bart Connor. Let's go out to diving with John Neighbor.
Welcome back to 10-meter platform diving at the Ska Pool in St.
Combinations. transitions to the low bar. And a good landing for Shannon Miller. Her score a 9.85. So after 2 individual event finals, 2 silvers for Shannon Miller. Could she get a gold? Then on the balance beam, Shannon displayed why she's the current world champion on this event. With this tremendous routine, she absolutely shined. Acrobatics were right on. Her technique was precise, and she used the Miller, a move she invented and introduced to the world just a year ago. That the only thing that mattered was if she stuck the landing or not. So with a good landing, Shannon Miller got a 9.875, and the world champion finally got her first gold here at the Goodwill Games. On this sequence in the preliminary rounds, she had some balance breaks. But in the finals, she couldn't miss. As she got ready for the 4th and final event in the apparatus finals, she seemed to get stronger and stronger as the competition continued. Shannon is working on a new routine at home. She did not have it ready here, so she went with an old standby, a routine we've seen for 3 years. But the grace and elegance, right on. .937, and Coach Steve Nuno knew she had it. Once again known for her precise technique and a touch of class. To go with her all-around silver medal, Shannon Miller added 2 golds and 2 more silvers in the individual event finals. In the end, a fine day for the 17-year-old who continues her preparation for the '96 Olympics in Atlanta.
Shannon Miller with 5 medals so far in these Goodwill Games. And coming up, Miller joins Julie in downtown St. Petersburg to talk about the games and her continuing road to the Atlanta Olympics. Plans through 1996.
Well, Shannon, this city has special meaning for you. When you were 8 years old, you met your coach here. Tell us that story.
Well, it was in '86, and I came over with 4 other girls on my team, and we just came over to do like a gymnastics camp and see how the Soviets worked out and things like that. And Steve Nuno was also from Oklahoma, and he was over here on a coaching trip. So we met each other here, and then when I went back and decided that I wanted to start competing, I went to his gym.
So he saw you first time here.
Yeah.
You are the reigning world all-around champion. Was it hard to be satisfied with the silver medal?
Well, I was happy with the silver. I wish it would have been gold, but I did the best I could, and I cleaned it up for event final.
You came back in typical Shannon fashion. You won 2 golds. You're the most medaled American here. So you were determined for gold after the all-around.
Well, mostly I was determined to hit my routines more solid than I did the day before.
Now, what about the conditions here? Were they difficult to perform under? You said if you can perform here, you can perform anywhere.
I don't think they were that much more difficult than other arenas that you go to. It was a little different without air conditioning, but the equipment was pretty good.
The one thing everyone always talks about is you growing 4 inches this year. Does that affect you? Does it mentally affect you?
I think the only way it affected me was it helped me in gymnastics because it's given me a little bit more power on my tumbling and vaulting.
You are entering new territory for a gymnast. You're 17 years old, but you are still in top form. How long are we going to see you competing?
Hopefully till 96. I definitely want to compete in the Olympics. I think it's going to be great just because it's going to be in the U.S.
So what are your immediate goals for this year ahead?
Well, right now I have Championships USA in 3 weeks, so that's my main goal right now. And 96 is long term.
You continue to get better. You amaze everyone every time we see you compete. Can you even take it to another level?
I hope so. This summer I'm going to try and learn some more difficulty to put in my routines for next year.
And you totally see that gold medal again in Atlanta, I bet.
I hope so. Hopefully for the team.
A talented individual and a team player as well. These days, it's unusual to...
While mom Valentina is an accountant for a consulting firm. Daughter Roxana is a math and physics student at the Technical University, while son Igor is in the Russian equivalent of high school. Now, after a typical breakfast of cold porridge with cream and a little bit of tea, Mom moves on to iron in the family room, which also doubles as the laundry room and the library. The shelves piled high with books, while Roxana cleans up after breakfast and gets ready for the rest of her day. In the meantime, Igor has run to get the family some milk. Now, unlike the United States, where we run to the corner store, Igor heads to the corner tankard. In St. Petersburg, people can get their milk from large tanks located on many street corners. Pay your rubles, give them whatever doubles as your milk bottle, and fill her on up. Even though he's got an office, Anatoly has brought home much of his work into his already cramped study and works while on vacation to stay ahead. Not the kids, though. They've invited a few friends over, and they all relax and listen to a little music in the small room Roxana and Igor share. In the early afternoon, Mom and Dad make their way to the market to buy food for the evening meal. The food cooperative is a huge market nearby in which farmers, butchers, or anyone wanting to sell their produce can come and set up. Mom watches carefully as the food is bought and weighed, as there is not a lot of money to be wasted with a family to feed. Shopping finished, it's off to the metro for the short ride home. But the kids have taken the metro in the other direction. Roxana, Igor, and their friends have jumped on the train for a quick trip to a lake. Most residents use the metro. For the equivalent of just about 7 cents, you can go anywhere around town. And on these warm August days, most residents who are not at their dachas head to the many beaches and parks around the city to cool off. Like their American counterparts, Russians enjoy spending their leisure time at the beach playing volleyball, relaxing, and just plain splashing around. But after a long, hot day in the sun, it's time to head home. But first the kids pause and wonder if someday they'll be able to afford some of life's luxuries. Meanwhile, Mom's been working hard preparing dinner. Though the kitchen is tiny by our standards, Mom's meals are every bit as delicious. Tonight it's meat cutlets, boiled potatoes, and a wonderful Russian soup, a meal that would make anyone's mouth water. Now, after dinner, tonight's social calendar includes a trip to figure skating for Roxanne and her friends, while Mom and Dad contemplate going for a walk, followed by a night of watching TV. Ironically, there's an American soap opera on the tube tonight, which brings me to this point. Russians enjoy the same basic universal pleasures that Americans do, including a delicious bowl of svikolnik. Now, Mrs. Kondrikina says that it's going to make me big and strong when I grow up, right, Mom? Which brings me to this. From America to Russia, good health to all.
Good health to everybody.